Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. It's Jasmine. I have a 7-card spread here for you. This is going to be what Spirit has to say about Brian Laundrie's passing and the remains that were found. Maybe how he passed. I'm going to see if I can pull that up. I've meditated. Sorry, my voice sounds hoarse and deep and dark because I've been talking a lot, and I'm also tired. I worked 3 days straight, and today's my only day off, and then I got to go back for 3 more. Y'all, I have my new cup out. I don't have it in front of me yet. They're sending it to me in the mail, but it is available for purchase. It's a coffee mug with my face picture logo on it. The link is going to be in the description box. All you have to do is click on it and order one. I'd appreciate it if everyone would order one and support me. There will be other merchandise coming out like t-shirts, tumblers, tote bags, and stuff like that. It's going to take a while because I have to design each design. So it does take a while to do that. As you know, my schedule is heavy. All right. So I did the last video I did on Brian and Gabby was on October 13th, which I'm also going to leave the link down below. Please go watch that if you haven't, because towards the end of that video, I did say that I was sensing death. The two of them would be no more. There would only be stories of them, and that's exactly what has happened. So that was October 13th. So that means he already had passed way before October 13th. I'm saying at least a couple of weeks or so, and then they found his body recently, but on October 15th, he was already passed. In the beginning of the video, I did say that I felt like he was alive, but as I got towards the end of the video, I saw the 10 of Swords in the reverse, which is a complete end of the karmic cycle, which also means death, and I knew at that point that they would no longer be an existence of either one of them, and that is exactly what happened. All right, y'all, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be reminded when I upload another video. Also, everything else is in the disclaimer box. All right, y'all, do not try to copy my channel, my work, or anything like that. All right, for the first one, now remember, I'm talking to Spirit only, not to Brian. I will do one on him later, but I'm going to do one on what Spirit has to say first. Now, I asked about his energy first, and it's showing me a story here, and they brought me back to the beginning, which I got the 4 of Wands. So this represents something that they wanted to do in the beginning. This is a marriage and having a baby. So they were working towards this, which they never made it. But they were working towards this. This was their vision. This is what they wanted. Okay. But like I said from the very beginning, this was a karmic relationship. It wasn't meant to last. And it tried to end many, many times, but they wouldn't let it. So it ended in a very tragic way. When the universe tries to close something out and you don't let it, it eventually ends tragic. Okay, so this was, in every video I've done, this is what I've gotten, that they were in a karmic relationship. It wasn't meant to last forever. I feel like they had opposite energies. I do not feel like they were, how do you say it, twin flames? I don't feel like they were twin flames. Okay, I do feel like they were only passing through each other's lives, and then it was supposed to end. It was karmic, but they did not let it end, so it ended up tragic. So, but they were working towards this goal. They just could not get there. Now, again, they're showing me Gabby. Every time Gabby comes through, she comes up as the Queen of Cups. This is a person, still great person, sitting on their throne. The Queen is great, sitting on her throne, which Gabby was a great, great person. But she was deep in her thoughts all the time. Spirit is showing me a story here from beginning to end, okay? So here she is in her thoughts. The blue represents thoughts. Through this whole relationship, she was in her thoughts. She was never outside of her mind. She was always in her mind. Why? The cup here is closed. The cup is full of emotions, thoughts, and feelings. Okay, but it's closed. It's not open. Usually when you see other cups are open. This one is closed because she was always hiding that. She wouldn't speak on it. She was keeping everything to herself. This relationship is very turbulent. Again, the water in the background that's wavy, it's not smooth, means turbulent. Very turbulent times for these two people. Okay, so every time I read about her or about them, this pops up for her. Now, we have the Lovers card here. This is their energy. They were in love. Yes, they were in love. Yes, they had a lot of positive sexual energy, because when this card comes, that means has to do with sex. Okay, so their sexual energy was strong. But if you see in the background, there is a snake. Just like Adam and Eve, there's a snake here. So that means that this, again, was toxic. Their relationship was toxic, okay? And Brian had sex on the brain as usual. So they both were in a toxic relationship is what it's showing me, okay? Now, I asked about him, if, did he kill himself? Did he... what happened, basically, is what I asked. Well, then the Fool popped up. So this is representing him. Spirit is showing me that he was like this fool here. He led his life like a fool. He never paid attention to detail. He wasn't looking forward, but up into the clouds, into the sky. He did promise a brand new day to Gabby, which is the real, is what represents, but he could not achieve it. Why? Because he fell off the cliff. Here he is looking up and not straight ahead to see where he's going, so he's falling off the cliff. Even the dog here is warning him, saying, stop, stop. You are about to fall off the cliff. So he didn't. Sorry about my voice, y'all. I have talked so much that I'm about to lose my voice. I do readings, a lot of readings, and then I work, and so my voice is kind of cranky this morning. And, yeah, so here, he didn't pay attention to details. He didn't plan things out right or properly. He promised things he could not deliver. And then when they found her, her body, then he ran like this. But when he ran, he didn't have a plan. Okay, there was no plan. And everybody says, oh, he planned it. Da, da, da. No, he just took off because of fear. He was very, very afraid. He took off because of fear and actually didn't know what to do. In some of my videos that I did about him, it does show that he showed a lot. He felt, okay, I'm not going to say show, he felt a lot of remorse. Okay, but he didn't have a chance to speak on that because he wasn't in the public eye. He was already in hiding, but he did have a lot of remorse for what he did. He actually couldn't believe that he did that to her. Like, he couldn't believe it himself. He was like in shock for a while that he did it. At that point, he didn't know what to do, only to hide. Okay, but I do see, like I said in my other videos, I do see that he became ill. Now, if they find that in the, the toxicology, or they send it off somewhere, anthropologist or something like that, they might find drugs in the bone. Now, they might say, okay, I'm going to tell you this, they might say that he committed suicide, drug overdose, or something to that effect, maybe, and then he became ill. Now, they're not going to know that he became ill because there's no tissue. There might be some tissue left, maybe not, because all they found was a skeleton. But in all my videos, it does show that he became ill. And there was something wrong with one of his feet. I don't know if he stepped on something, cut his foot, but in every video that has popped up that he had something wrong with one of his feet and was injured, okay? And I did say he was close to home. He moved around a lot. He was close to home. And then in the last video, I did say that he was underwater or was in a place where there was water, by water, next to water, or in a place where there was water once. So that is exactly where they found him. Everything I have said has been correct. If you have not watched any of those videos, please do so this video here can make some sense to you, okay? Because so I do see that when he had taken that $1,000 out of her account, some of that money was spent for medicine because he became ill, okay? something made him ill. I don't know if it was being out in the wilderness or he caught some virus or something like that, but he became ill. So it was harder for him to travel, move around, and then one of his foot, I'm hearing feet or foot, was injured. I keep hearing the word injured, and he took medication. Now, I do feel like he might have overdosed. Maybe he overdosed, and they will say that he took an overdose to kill himself. But I'm thinking more of an overdose because he was sick and didn't know what to take, just taking too much medication. He was very suicidal. In all those videos I've done, it did say he was very suicidal. So maybe that was his intention. So I asked Spirit, did he commit suicide? And I got the yes card. He had full intentions on committing suicide. He could not live with himself. He could not live with the thought of what he did. He was very, very sorrowful, very, very remorseful out there in the woods by himself. Very, very remorseful. There was nothing he can do. He couldn't turn back the clock, the hands of time, because it was too late. But he did feel remorse. He did feel sorry. For those of people that are saying, he was a killer or a rapist and whatever. No, he wasn't none of that. He wasn't a serial killer. He wasn't a rapist. He wasn't a murderer or anything like that. He made a huge mistake. He let his anger get away from him, which led him to destruction. Okay, and also he was into watching things that weren't so great, like, I don't know, just weird things. Okay, and which gave him a distorted thoughts about how to do stuff. Okay, I'm just going to put it like that, which led him to the decision he made on getting rid of Gabby. It was a spur of the moment. It wasn't planned. Nothing was planned on how he did away with her. It was not planned. It was a spur of the moment rage. I'm seeing a lot of rage, anger. She said something to him that made him get upset or go out to her. I'm feeling like he pushed her. She fell. I always keep seeing that he pushed her. She fell, hit her head, and then she said, I'm going to tell the police, or it's over, or something to that effect. And then he choked her. And in one of my videos, I did say he choked her. I saw his hands going for her throat. He choked her to death. Okay, and that is exactly what the news said after they found her, that she was strangled. Okay, go back and watch my videos so y'all can confirm everything that I'm saying is true. Okay, so now I asked if he committed suicide. I got yes from Spirit. Now, what the news is going to say might be different because they're going to have a very hard time to find it because there's really no skeletal tissue left, no human tissue left on the skeleton. Okay, and they need that tissue to determine stuff. Now they send it to an anthropologist that studies the bones. Okay, so they can see if there was drugs in the bones, which I do see that there will be some, but it's more due to the medication he was taking because he was ill. He had medicine that he was getting from different sources and wasn't taking the accurate amount. Could have been an accidental overdose or a suicide is what I'm getting. What they're going to say is something to that effect, or they'll probably say that nature got him, which I believe as well because he was out there in the wilderness, in extreme conditions, the water, the murky water, which you can get viruses from, probably didn't have a whole lot to eat, just exposed to the sun when it was hot or the cold. So all that played into factor. It's not just one thing or the other. It's many factors that led to his demise, okay, y'all. But I do see that his full intention was to get rid of himself because he cannot live with what he did. It was horrible for him. It was terrible for him. It was a terrible thought. That thought went over and over and over in his mind of what he did, and he wanted just to end. Okay, so now that his passing has come, I got the Hangman in the reverse. He has not moved on. He's not able to move on. He's not in the light, okay? I get this a lot when people pass, and this is the Hangman in the upright, when they go to heaven or move up to a higher phase and they find the light. Here's the light around their head. You see how they're hanging on a cross and they move forward. Well, he's in the reverse because He's not in the light. He's in a very dark place and waiting for judgment. So I don't see him moving forward at all. He's stuck in stagnation. I kind of feel like he is earthbound, or does earthbound come and go. Maybe come and go is what I'm feeling. Come and go to see his parents, or he's around, and then he's in the dark place. He can't go higher. He can't move higher. And most likely he's not going to. Now, here's the thing, y'all. Instead of hating and all that, pray for his soul, pray for Gabby's soul, pray for these two people, because this was a tragic love story. This is going to go down in history as a tragic love story, kind of like Romeo and Juliet. And just like I said in my last video on October 13th, that there would be stories of them because neither one would exist. And that's exactly what came true. All right. So we as human beings tend to judge, but we are not judged. We are not judges, okay? Only God can judge. And let he without sin cast the first stone, okay? If you don't know that scripture, look it up. Because none of us have permission to judge. None of us are capable of judging, because we have all sinned and we come from sin, okay? So we are not ones to judge. If anything, pray for his soul. Pray for, just pray for his soul. He's a lost soul. And I feel sorry for both of them, not just for her. I feel sorry for him too. Not because of what I just feel sorry for them because they were young. They didn't know what they were doing. And it's just terrible. It's horrible for me. I'm feeling every energy, everything that they're feeling. And it's a horrible feeling, y'all. It's a horrible feeling. It makes me want to cry. And I don't want to cry here on camera. But anyway, he is stuck. He is in one of the lowest levels. Heaven has levels, okay? Not heaven, but the waiting place has levels. Dark, lighter, until you get to the lightest one. Well, he's I'm smelling a very odd smell right now. There's a smell coming through here. It almost smells like death. Okay, but anyway, yeah. I feel sorry for the both of them. I feel everything that they feel. When I do these readings, I get all the feelings, and this energy here is a horrible energy. It's an ugly energy. It's a dark energy, and it just makes me want to cry. So I'm going to get out of this energy. So now we have the King of Wands. Again, this is him in his energy. He's no longer like this king here that's protected. You see how the salamanders always mean protection. And this king here is wearing salamanders here, and there's one here, but there is no protection for him anymore, because again, he is in the dark place, and that's where he will remain. I'm hearing the word coward. When the King in the Wands is in the reverse, it means coward, cowardly acts, cowardly, like the cowardly lion, coward. I'm also hearing pessimistic, low energy, and the Spirit is saying that if he hadn't acted cowardly, if he had stepped up to the plate and maybe admitted what he did, he would be in this position here. Okay, admitting his own guilt and admitting the truth would have brought him closer to this, going to the light. But since he chose not to, since he acted cowardly, he will remain in the dark. Okay, y'all. I'm going to end it here because I need to get out of this energy. There's an odd smell that just came in. It almost smells like death to me, and I want it out of here. So I'm going to go. Y'all, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Also, look at the link of my new cup. It's a coffee cup, and it's got my face. It says Magic Tarot Cards and the logo on it. Order one, okay? Order one. There's other stuff coming. I'm making t-shirts with each individual zodiac sign. So there'll be, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Virgo, all of them. So you'll be able to order one in your size. That's going to be great. All right, y'all. And there'll be more stuff coming, but I got to work on it slowly because, as you know, I work a full-time job. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to donate to my channel, please do so. The cash apps are down below. If you want a personal reading, hit me up on my email. Don't forget to send your selfies for my Halloween video. It is on the last day is on the 29th. Send it to my email because I would like to put your face in my video if you want. Thanks for watching. See you next time.